Thought I'd start an episode off here, guys, even though I haven't actually done all of the quests. Hey everybody, Shotgun into 1000 reporting for duty, welcoming you back to an episode of Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. In the last episode, we got sidetracked by accepting certain quests, and then I just decided, you know what, there's no point doing all of the quests in the entire game. I'm just going to do these three, and then every other quest that pops up in the area I'm actually in the middle of discovering right now, I will do. Otherwise, I am just going to ignore them. And obviously, we were tasked of finding a couple of unique monsters, and they were both found in the Untold Den, weirdly enough. Because I was like thinking, where on earth is the Banquet Fesago? Because I was like thinking, it's saying that the target is nowhere to be found. So I was like thinking it's under a particular time of day. But then it actually saw on the website, it says it's found under one of these pods in the Untold Den. So I had to I had to attack one of the egg sacs, but not actually kill it. And then the unique monster would have actually shown up for us to defeat. There we go. If I just distract him. Right, big down swipe, that's going to kill Shulk. Okay, there we go. And wait, all these other... Where the heck did... Oh, these must have come from the X-Sax and all. Okay, well, he stopped fighting us. He stopped... Oh, never mind, he's seen us again. They've seen us again. There you go. We're toppled into oblivion now. Don't worry, Shulk. We're doing fine. We're doing fine. Oh, did I? No, I missed it. Missed it. Okay, here we go. He's on the break. Now he's toppled. In fact, while I'm actually doing this, I can actually bring up. I've actually been playing Xenoblade Chronicles 3 lately. I actually played a lot of it yesterday, and the first day when I actually started playing it, I believe was on the 30th of July, I think, if not the 31st. And I can honestly tell you, at first, I was not impressed about the game at all when it came to the Collectopedia card quests. But the more I played it yesterday, the more I actually began to enjoy it. Because of a mechanic that is exclusively into Xenoblade 3 that is not in any of the other Xenoblade games, which I think you already know about from the trailer that we saw it in before the game was officially released. Right, okay, so this weapon increases auto attack and block rate. This one has an even more auto attack boost, but with a plus in critical rate, but drops everything else. Right, okay. So, yeah, that's basically the outcome of that. But, obviously, yeah, I have actually played through it a decent amount, and I've gotten to a part of the story that I'm not going to say in case neither of you have done it yourself, kind of thing. So, like, say, you've played the game for a total of, let's say, 5 hours, and you have one part of the game, but somebody else might have played it a lot longer and they're actually more further into the game, or they've not played it so much and they're a bit far behind, kind of thing. So, for those who have not reached a certain part, depending on what that part is, I don't want to, like, spoil it, but I am at a part of the story where it actually does get interesting, and it made me feel hooked in... Oh! It actually made me feel hooked the more I actually played it, and I actually want to play it from to the finish now. I mean, I'm not going to get rid of it anyway, so... yeah. But anyway, Dunban has improved his skill branch even further to obstinance, I think is how you say that. So let's have a look at that now. So, obstinance. Prioritizing this trait will improve physical defense. The skill branches we got in here are greatly reduces weight of equipment, grants HP buff at the start of a battle, allows heavyweight armor to be equipped, reduces physical damage taken, and grants immunity to blow down arts. With these ones that's currently working on, increases tension after successful battle start affinity, increases aggro drawn when dealing damage, and grants HP up buff at the start of the battle. I'm going to work on these, and then when the time comes, I'm eventually going to go on to obstinance. Obviously we got these now between the two, so we can now equip physical defense up at the start of the battle. Okay, yep, we'll do that. And restores HP to an encouraged ally, which, knowing Dunban, can encourage a lot of people. Right. So here, increases agility when HP is at half, reduces weight of equipment. I mean, why the heck not? And Rhine. Greatly increases aggro when no armor is equipped. Greatly increases agility with... Oh, for goodness sakes. Not even worth it. Oh, so Melly's learned reflection, it seems. Okay. So what does that art do? A special ether barrier that causes attacks to rebound on the enemy. Okay, that sounds interesting. Right, okay, so there are more quests for us to do, exclusively being that one singular quest in Frontier Village. I'm going to do that in my own spare free time because I think that one singular quest, yeah, it's not timed. So, god dang it. So I don't have to do it. So, go back to Get Fortress in Galahad Fortress. Well, I could just say Sword Valley just to save the effort. Right. So, I may get ambushed by certain enemies, but I'm not going to let them distract me. Speaking of which, the Collectopedia. Yeah, okay. I'm going to bring up the Collectopedia real quick of Sword Valley. So we need 1 in parts, 1 in strange, and 2 in flower. So we need a red frontier, a gold condenser, which are common, and the other 2 we need are black blossom and abyss heather, or heather. I'm going to assume heather. I'm not going to waste my time grabbing those 2 collectibles because I'm going to get ambushed before I even get a chance to grab them. So we're just going to ignore them. And proceed further onwards. We're going to like cross this barrier because we need to be on that side of the Mechonis sword. Bit of broccoli, we do not need that. We've practically completed the fruit catalogue. All ready. Right, that wasn't me not watching where I was going. That was me misjudging how far the gap was from where I walked off to where I need to be. What's that down over there? There's something down over there and I can't quite piece it together. But right, we need to be up here. It looks like a doorway. And it's locked, I'm guessing. So, this was where we were when we ended off the episode 2 episodes ago. Oh, gold condenser. We need that. That gives us first attack +3. Could be handy, but to be honest, it's just first attack, nothing else. I'm not sure if the first attack implies auto attack or an art attack. Right, there's a offensive Mechon Plus up there. Oh, darkness bottle, we do not need that. Going to ignore you. There's more Mechon down over there. Actually, couldn't think of it. So, where we were when we discussed... Where we were looking when we saw that glowing red thing... Obviously, it's heavily guarded by that guy. But I wanted to see what was actually there. Right. Okay, let's see. 5th gate access panel. Yeah, it is locked. Okay. Glad I wasted my time in having a look at that. Right, so I need to make my way back up to where I was. So, duly noted, if it's red, it's locked. If it's green, then we can use it. Duly noted. Though, while it's actually on my mind about Xenoblade Chronicles 3, there are actually some things where I do believe could be improved on, but I can't exactly think of how to describe it, personally. But the one thing that I definitely do like about Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is that there are actually 2 things I like about it. And they're both tied to battling. One of which is, even if you're being ambushed by an enemy, you can still pick up collectibles. That is definitely a big grieve that everybody, me included, have been complaining about. The fact that you want to pick up a collectible, but you can't pick it up because an enemy is ambushing you and it will not stop attacking you unless you're too far out of range from where it saw you. So it's like if you run away for at least 500 yards from where the enemy first saw you, you would be perfectly fine. But then again, you'd have to run all the way back there just to pick up the one collectible that you're trying to pick up, only to find out that, oh, it's a collectible that you've already gotten and don't need it for the Collectopedia. Which, by the way, I am happy about. See, like right there. I tried to pick up that collectible and the enemy saw me and it wouldn't let me pick it up. That's exactly what I mean. Oh, hello. Defeat prudent person at Dolgan Outpost, which is inside there. Right, okay. Let's get these guys off my back. Not by going down that way. But you get what I mean. Because in Xenoblade 3, there is no Collectopedia for every area you discover. I know it's the case in Xenoblade Chronicles 1, and I know it is the case in Xenoblade Chronicles X. But Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I don't know. Because, yes, you do pick up collectibles, but I don't know if there is a Collectopedia page that involves registering them. Because I definitely know you can pick up collectibles that you can use to refine into equipment that is equipable, which are like gems. So, yeah. There's that to take note of. But with Xenoblade 3, you don't have to worry about Collectopedia pages for each and every area you discover, because the items only serve one purpose in many topics. One of which I already mentioned, sorting out Collectopedia card quests. Others of which involves like completing side quests, but there's something else, and I already mentioned it as something you can do in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, which is to refine them into making gems. Right, so that's the gate release for the area we're currently in. Oh, jeez. But, yeah. That's the whole thing about that. But I haven't mentioned the other thing involving battling that I actually think is a huge improvement on. And that is... minus the fact that you can actually pick up items when ambushed by an enemy, one thing you can do in Xenoblade Chronicles 3 that you could never do in Xenoblade Chronicles 1, 2, or X. And that is, you can fight an enemy when swimming in water. Because every single time when you were swimming in water, it stopped you attacking an enemy entirely. So this is a huge improvement. Oh boy. Okay. We'll revive Shulk. That is like a weird battle cry. I am Dunban. Attack me. God's sake. I'm going to jump down here because at the moment, for as long as I am not controlling Shulk, we're not having a good run here. So I'm going to retreat for now. Any time that... Okay, thank you. Party. There we go. We'll have Shulk in the lead. But yeah, I do think that is a huge improvement. The fact that you can actually fight an enemy when swimming in water, because you couldn't do that in the past. But anyway, we have actually gone over the time limit, so I think it's probably best for me to end things off for this episode. We're going to be focusing on defeating these enemies off camera, because they're part of a story quest. Actually, wait. Oh no, it's just a surprise quest. Okay. So there are certain cases where you can actually get a surprise quest, which actually counts as a side quest, apparently. But regardless, we are going to be tackling Sword Valley next episode, alright? See you guys then.